One more Miramar coming right up. But the question is, how are those standings looking after this game? Because it is getting closer than close. But also, some of our teams that massively stepped up on Erangel didn't show up this time around on Miramar. And now the standings will start to change. PG18, they're still shying away from 300 points, but they've got a total of 7 games to get that done with. Unity continues to grab a little bit closer. InsideGames, with the help of Odstrelovac and his 5 kills alone for the 6 total, helps them move and stay up in 3rd place. Team 3D Max still struggling out here, 14th place last time around. Airstation Mike and Northern Lights, they're right on the edge, and ELGIGANTEN are trying. Desperately trying. They're like, we're close. I can see it. We need to jump back up.
I can see the light.
Yeah.
I can see the light.
I'm holding.
And QuickMass, after a 3rd game win, have actually jumped ahead of Airstation Mike. Got to give credit to Team Oops. Yes, you are still like 18 points away from YMCA alone, but they're still putting in the performances that are keeping them within that kind of peaking distance. Yes, every single game is just kind of making it harder and harder, but they're still putting in the work to try and get those points. They just need like Jokers, Tempest, and YMCA to all have nightmarish games in the final 2 games of today alone, never mind tomorrow.
Yeah, that's it, right? Focus on today, but also tomorrow comes right quick round the corner with another 5 games. And remember, you're ideally wanting to be within this top 12. You want to avoid having to fight out of any relegation moments and stuff going into it. So it is still, we talk about the fight for top 8 being so key, but there's also the other mini battle going on in the middle of it all.
Well, yeah, you look at, I think it's Milky Way and Last Crew are on the same points, 215. So close. Every single point will put them just a little bit safer. And that's the thing, like, it in the early stages, it's even more important because a typical example is a team like Airstation Mike. Yes, they've kind of dropped down to 6th, considering they were in 1st place at the start of last week. But that's why it's so important to get a good chunk of points difference against you and the teams behind you, because it means that if you do have that run of bad games or bad days, that yes, you might drop down the table, but you're not going to be under as much pressure as the teams that are lower down in the table.
Now, at least today has been a day of, we don't want to allow teams to get up towards El Hazahar, Cruz de Val, anything like that. We have stayed down towards the south and towards the west, and once again, we've got a plane that's gone in a similar direction. But it's where the rest of these teams decide to place themselves. The last crew going to be up towards the northwest. BetterLuckNxTime going to be around Crater Fields. No change for Tornado and 3D Max. They're going to be quite happy with that. Unity looking to find themselves down the south of Los Leones, grab themselves some vehicles and move on over. PG18, as always, no struggles for them to get towards Impala. Yep. They love that spot, and ghostar, you hate to see it. Okay, it's at a point where I'm not too scared. Like, it's not terrible. We can just hopefully... Oh, no, nope. It is terrible. What? No! ELGIG!
To go down to Uzi as well feels bad, man. That's even worse.
This is why I say... Just be careful with the damn vehicles, people, because you hate to see. Like, that is a huge kill for Airstation Mike, and you're also putting ELGIG further down.
And look at Marcelek. Look how far away he is from the rest of the ELGIG team.
Did he lag out at the beginning?
I don't know what happened, to be honest, but he's ridiculously far away, and there's a bunch of teams in between him, the rest of the team, and either way, he's going to have to pull off a Hugstar of just staying prone down. Because we did have a circle that was started more towards it, because we had a plane track, should I say, that was quite more towards the north direction on the westerly side. Jokers were able to get out early and land in La Cabrera as opposed to heading down towards Los Leones. They will have a nice, easy entrance into the circle from the northeasterly direction. What I like about this circle is that it's very central. Nothing too super surprising, and these teams will be able to find good, solid spots where they want to hold on to. Yeah,
I feel like this will give us the most standard Miramar game, if there is such a thing, right? Because this circle is the circle we see on quite a regular basis in that sense. We often get the more central style like this. No water around it. You're not got any islands. You're not half cut off by the mountainside. You can't actually reach or anything like that. So this gives us plenty of space. But it also is the games where we've seen most of the insanity happen already with the ELGIG thing. You've lost the play. You've got Marcelek split away from everyone else. You just had a 10-point game, which you desperately needed. This is the worst case scenario for you guys.
Oh, man. Now, it's still going to be tough for the likes of Milky Way, who hold on to the southwest edge of the circle. They do face off close to Northern Lights. There is Unity down a little bit behind them to the south. But they can still stay safe in around ToWzErA. Hold on, have a look around at how the teams are rotating. They'll know because it's a similar playing trajectory as the last game where these teams are roughly going to be located and where they're going to be rotating in. The only big difference is because the circle is quite central, that could shift up and change, of course, how these teams are going to stay and position themselves for the next couple of phases.
Now, we spoke about MOOPHEUS having a better day overall. Can they deliver once again? They've got a very central position here. No compound, though, and they're close to a couple of the quick math players. Already double coming under fire as he tries to escape in his car. Not a problem for him to escape, though. But it may be a problem for Clib to escape. ToWzErA coming with a spray down. Hanny out in the open as well.
Oh, no.
Tempest are actually going to push on this as well. ToWzErA needs to back away. Find himself some space to work with. Damage coming in towards him. Nays landing nearby. Luckily, Fake's there to help him out. Wookie on the floor. Clib still trying to drive around. I don't think Tempest know how to deal with this. Out of the cars, trying to take the fight in the cars again. Short nearly getting knocked down there. Wookie and Hanny being finished off. This is Airstation Mike coming full strength to take down Tempest. And Tempest do not have the answer for it. They were so lost and confused on what to do and where to go. They wanted to take the fight, then they wanted to get back into their vehicles. And now Hjort is just scrambling away on his own.
Man, I tell you, I thought it was going to be a little bit harsh.
Sorry, but Clib ran miles. Clib ran down south to Picardo.
Yeah.
While he still left the rest of that. That's just no. No.
A little bit of miscommunication from Tempest, for sure.
Big time.
But Airstation Mike, I think they caught Tempest off guard a little bit. Second Fake joined in to support ToWzErA. That's where it just turned horribly for Tempest, and that's where, yes, you splitting up is nice, but you're better off splitting as a 2-2. It means you're able to provide that level of cover, and that's how it's worked out for Airstation Mike. For now, they're in the center circle. InsideGames are to the south of their direction, overlooking a couple of the Airstation Mike members. You also have ELGIGANTEN around that direction. And man, these teams just going as close to the center as they can for now.
KnorkiS. Sneaky. ToWzErA not expecting it. A few missed shots, but still the kill comes in. ToWzErA didn't have even a chance to answer. Encelenso, though, has spotted him, lands the headshot. 73 damage done. It will force KnorkiS backwards, and ELGIG, they can't afford to lose another player.
Okay, bro, dude. Prime opportunity. You missed all those shots. Feels bad, man. Great response for seniks, though. You do have Perfectix down a little bit inside that compound, which will provide a level of cover and also that flank position to try and put pressure onto OK Bro. But Marcelek takes down Kizik of better luck next time.
I'm just smiling and nodding my head right now because Marcelek, living the dream, split away from the rest of his team, still able to get a kill. So ELGIG are making kills happen despite how bad their start was.
Considering how central this circle is, we're seeing a lot of individual players being picked off here and there, and that does slightly worry me because you think with this circle being so kind of central on the map that these teams will be able to join together as a full team. And Nuktiv connects onto Spiro, now looking for deep. Can he find a shot? Yes, gets a knockdown, confirms that kill. Gonna be 2 more points in the favor of Unity.
And Nuktiv, you cheeky son of a gun. He stole away that kill that Clib knocked and then was able to take down deep while Northern Lights were like, wait, which direction? Help? No, what? And then they just die out.
Yeah.
Still 2 Northern Lights players alive, but they've again been fighting from very early on. And yeah, Perfectix is towards the west of Picardo. OK Bro is to the east of it. Again, teams just already finding themselves completely out of position. And when we've got such a fair circle, this shouldn't be happening.
I know. To me, like, not that it doesn't make sense, but in my mind, it's like, look, especially in Miramar, I talk about it, stays a full squad, 4-man team in Miramar is so important with it being an open ground, an open style map where you have to be able to find the angles and put pressure on the teams around you. And if you are 1 man down, 2 man down, And of course, 3-man down, it makes that so much harder. So we are losing a couple of individual players earlier than expected. We're only 8.5 minutes in, and we're down to 57 players already. Still 16 teams up, I might add. And I think part of that comes down with the fact that because the Phase 1 circle was so central on the map, that a lot of teams have gone into the center of this circle, and it's just caused those members and those players who've been taken down to just get caught out.
One of the smarter teams within that, though, is Last Crew. They've not gone to fight for the center. They were one of the last teams rotating in. They came from ELGIGANTEN, and now they're going to find themselves just working their way in ever so slowly. This is the Last Crew we've seen over the last couple of days, the way they want to play it, and it has been working out better for them, even picking up that win today.
And now Marcelek has been able to get a little bit closer. He's rotated all the way up north through water treatment. The circle has shifted up in the east-northerly direction, and that could actually pay off for ELGIG because he will be able to communicate with the rest of his team and provide cover fire against the likes of QuickMath and PG18, who are rotating close to the likes of KnorkiS and ghostar.
And I respect that for ELGIGANTEN. If you manage to join up all your 3 remaining players with Marcelek being so far away at the start, then that is going to be huge for them to keep going in this. And the fact they've both been able to pick up 1 kill each, so that's 2 kills in total for them, despite losing a player in the worst way, where it's this early knock that comes in from your own car.
Yep.
Making the best of a bad situation is certainly what ELGIGANTEN are up to right now.
Definitely. This Polish team, they need all the points that they can get to. Hold on to that top 12 spot as 3D Max rotating through around Picada. Going to head right into the path of Northern Lights. It is just Perfectix and OK Bro that are left standing, but Perfectix is nowhere near his team. He's in that minibus. 3D Max just completely ignore him for now.
I love it. Perfectix jumps out the window to try to take the shots. Doesn't land the shots, but it's just like, well, my car's not fast enough anyway. I'll just continue my little bus journey. But he's also continuing on. Some damage is going to be set, and this is nice to see. He takes down Fate. He's looking for more. Artix is on the floor. Will he be able to see? Oh, he just spot him out. That'll be another kill added for it. The Joker's finally getting kills on the board. Oh, Faultlessly. That was a double headshot landed. He rips Set apart, and now Set, he's the one on the back foot. He's the one that's going to struggle. He needs his teammates to come and help him out.
So the joint rotation from ELGIG has paid off for now. They took down 1 member of QuickMath. You do have PG18 popping shots off at Marcelek, forcing him away, leaving ghostar and KnorkiS to fend off against Pelsage and Diggory.
Now, this is a winnable fight for ELGIG if they can get a crossfire going on between these 2 buildings. Ideally, they wanted Marcelek there, but he's been forced away, so they still just when they got so close, they get pushed away again, so they're not joined up as the remaining squad members. Last Crew, they've rotated their way down from Power Grid just towards the south of Picado, and they're waiting to find a way to come back up into it. But again, they want to be one of the final teams making their way across. Milky Way at the moment, by the way, have gone for the longest rotation. They're still in the blue right now, but they might end up meeting up with 3D Max. If you guys are watching the map screen, there is so much going on down south at the moment that teams are just trying to find an entrance.
Yeah, and it's gonna be tough for Milky Way because they still would have taken a decent bit of damage. I know it's only Phase 1/Phase 2, but it still hurts when you're rotating so long in the blue zone. It is gonna have an impact on your ability to frag out against a team, or at least survive against a couple of enemy players shooting in your direction. But we'll see how it works out for Milky Way as YMCA on top of this hill, overlooking the likes of Tempest, Airstation Mike. You have the 2 members of Northern Lights who have finally joined up together outside of Picado. Yes, that will give them strength in numbers, even though they're only a 2-man team.
2 is generally better than 1, especially when it comes to taking on fights within PUBG. And the new circle will keep them within it as well for Northern Lights. 3D Max and Milky Way have made the right decision on when to come back in as well. This is going to give them a great jump on a lot of the teams coming over from this western side, all going to try and fight for central positions, but it's going to leave this eastern side nice and open for 3D Max and Milky Way. Last Crew will then try and find their way in, and they look to come up by La Bendita, while Unity, working their way up, means they're probably going to fight all the way through unless they go for a similar rotation, but they're not ones likely to do it.
No, not at all. And now we see 3D Max. They're going to get into that compound inside Minas. Generals, as Milky Way, they're going to rotate more up toward the north direction, out to the outside of Minas. PG-18, they have a center compound. MOOPHEUS are being pinched by both InsideGames and PG-18, so it's not looking too good for them, but still no members being knocked down for now.
ELGIGA singing the champ is here because Marcelek's finally joined up, and now they've got a 3-man strong push to try and take these quick math players. But it still won't be easy because the quick math players are hiding in the compound as they speak. Zampeek manages to land a knock onto double, but that's also seeing another knock come in onto one of the MOOPHEUS players from Recrent. So MOOPHEUS massively under pressure now. This isn't looking good for him. Kadoran very low on health. Hawkey trying to hold this position. He's only got 42 health, but no meds whatsoever. So this has to work out for him. Hawkey tries to run away just in the nick of time. Will be able to escape. And he's waiting for the push to come in, but it's not happening just yet.
Quick Math's the first team to go out in 16th place at the hands of ELGIGANTEN. We talked about it. They joined up Marcelek. They had the man advantage, but now InsideGames still chasing the members of Team MOOPHEUS. The smoke grenade is giving Hawkey a level of protection to at least in some way heal up, get that painkiller off to try and heal himself up over time.
But how much time does Hawkey have? He pushes through, he sees seniks, he gets the drop on him through the smoke, but he won't be able to get the finish off. MOOPHEUS out in 15th place, and that is not what they wanted to see after a successful previous Miramar game. This time, it was just far too much for him, and InsideGames are back on it once again. Odstrelovac hitting shots across the map, able to take down one of the 3D Max players. There is kills galore coming in for those guys.
Definitely, and now we see last crew on the edge of La Bandita, overlooking the members of Unity, who are still a full squad. You have them on a 2-2 split. So from the side of Unity, they do look pretty strong in their position. But last crew, they don't have to worry about really anyone directly to the south of them or even to the west and the east other than Unity themselves. Because when you look at the teams that are around them outside the Unity, 3D Max are a little bit further away in Minas. They're more focused on the likes of InsideGames and Northern Lights. So therefore, last crew, they can just focus on Unity.
Tornado this time still have 4 players left alive. The new circle isn't too far away from them either. For those teams in the south,
I feel sorry for the teams in the south.
It's been tough for all those teams in the south. They've tried to find different ways in. Only 3D Max and Milky Way made it in completely successfully, and then 3D Max lost the player. Last crew just continue to use their vehicles as best they can to drive themselves around. If they want to quickly try and get through now and go all the way around that eastern side, there is space still up in the north, but it's more of an open area for them to fight from as well, which is going to be less than ideal. So Last crew's got some decisions to make this time around, while Unity seem to just be sending it straight in. YMCA on the edge of Graveyard, and they might be able to spot this out as well and take some shots.
They're going to go right past InsideGames, Airstation Mike, YMCA. How the hell have they survived for now? Fair play to Unity.
I guess it's time to strike when the other teams are still thinking about how they go in. You just go before anyone even has a moment's notice.
But BetterLuckNxTime are looking for them. Artix connects onto Orange. Grenade by Uni. He's getting the job done. Putting BetterLuckNxTime out of commission. But what hurt has it caused onto the side of Unity? It's putting them on high alert on the teams around them, most notably ELGIG, Jokers, and PG-18.
Quizzy on the floor, and he's miles away from his teammates. Unity go down. Snoopy, the final player, Anuctive, the final player to be finished off there.
Yeah, look, it was tough by Unity. They still got a couple of kills on the back of it, but out in the open like that, yeah, it was always going to spell trouble.
I think they just looked at it and thought, there's so many teams down here. The best option we've got is just to run for it and see what happens, see where we can get to. Didn't work out for them, but they still picked up some kills, so points either way. Milky Way do need to be careful, though, because 3D Max trying to sneak up on them.
Yeah, but Milky Way have the high ground. You got to take into account that last crew could be creeping up and looking for a bit of a third party. Mans is a little bit further away from the rest of his team, so could be able to give that information and hold off last crew while they are focusing on 3D Max.
12 teams and 38 players alive. Quite a few solo players still there as well.
I really like that by Airstation Mike, by the way. They haven't moved from their compound, even though it's outside circle, for quite a while, because they felt that they could get a much better play by staying where they are and taking the players and the teams around them out, because we've just seen Tempest go out in 12th place. Now they can make the porter call to rotate in, but they're going to go straight into the path of Tornado Energy.
Yeah, Airstation Mike from one fight into another. The previous fight was only a solo player. Now they've got to deal with a full squad of Tornado, who have a point to prove after going out early on the first Miramar game of today. And Tornado here are right on the edge. They'll be fighting off against Airstation Mike, as Milky Way also going up head-to-head here, having a fight with YMCA. But is it going to be enough this time around? DP trying to find himself an angle to work from here, but he is completely flustered when it comes to it, just running around looking for a place he can shoot from.
4 teams on this easterly direction. Last Crew, Milky Way, 3D Max, and YMCA. YMCA have joined in on the fun a little bit quicker than 3D Max have, but now Last Crew, 2 members knocked down by Offstring. Great play by him individually. He's the only one, actually no, himself and DP trying to stay together.
Oh, Last Crew go down. DP there providing the backup for Offstring, especially with how close that got. This is exactly what Milky Way would have wanted, but Airstation Mike, Tornado proving too strong for him. Jazza sat down. He's got Fake nearby, but is it going to be enough? Oh no, Fake died out as well, so it is just Jazza on his own. He's hiding behind a rock and he's got a car to cover his ass, but is it going to be enough? Nade's getting ready. Aaliyah trying to land it. Another nade up in the sky. It's a molly as well. He hasn't got a single chance. It actually gets stolen away by InsideGames, but Airstation Mike out in 10th.
It was really tough initially. They looked pretty good staying where they are, but they made the call possibly a little bit quicker than they should have, because InsideGames did punish them for that, but Northern Lights, they're down the hill. You have InsideGames on top. Both teams are outside the circle. It did shift up northwards. Who's going to come out on top of this? You also have Tornado Energy looking in their direction, but they also have to make their own rotation into the circle.
So AK Brodash dies out to the zone. Perfectix on his own. Northern Lights, they've had good day today overall in terms of getting better placement points.
Yep.
Few kills in there, not massive amounts of kills, but enough to keep them ticking away. But going out now would be less than ideal for them. Perfectix solo working his way through, has to avoid so many shots from other teams as well. Even taking shots to the Leah, which I respect the confidence with it.
Pixelix was knocked down. The hands of Aaliyah. Northern Lights do get taken out by PG-18. Can Pixelix survive? The cavalry does come in, but seniks instantly gets knocked down, leaving Zampeek on his own. Compot does get taken down by Zampeek. That might push Tornado Energy back a little bit. PG-18 are also there to provide the hurt onto both of these teams.
And they also have Elgig shooting at Melman. They're the ones who dropped him down to 45 health. Still 3 members up, but Marcelek is knocked down on the floor for ELGIGANTEN. So many players just trying to revive each other close by. Little do they know, they're right next to each other, holding on. Odstrelovac still holding the back lines. He's the heavy hitter that they wait for. That nade could be on the money. Blows up a little bit too late. Pixel does manage to get 1 knock in, but it's instantly returned by Melman. This fight's still going on, and Odstrelovac knows he doesn't want to push over yet, but Example's able to take him down. Only Zampeek remains, and he's prone and ready behind the rock. He's had 5 kills already, 7 in total for his team. Can he bring some more to their name? Example is behind him. Zampeek's aware of it. He doesn't know where it's going to come from. He manages to get the first shots on, but now the pressure's on. So many players coming in his direction. He's just looking for any chance he can, but it's not meant to be. Melman will finish him off, and InsideGames go out in 8th place, but they certainly put up a fight.
Oh man, great effort by InsideGames in the end, but you face against Tornado Energy, better be damn confident you're going to be able to get that job done. It didn't help for InsideGames that you had PG-18 and ELGIGANTEN shooting in their direction, so it was definitely more pressurized. However, those smokes were only providing so much protection in the end. We're still seeing this fight on the east side of the circle between YMCA, Milky Way, and 3D Max. Milky Way down to 2 players, 3D Max down to 2, and just Turbo Banani left standing for YMCA.
Well, Milky Way have gone for a good rotation here, but now coming in from this eastern side. Tornado being picked off by PG-18. Whose compound's still within the circle, but could be excluded on the next. For now, they need to make the most of it. With 7 teams remaining and 15 alive, PG-18 need to come alive themselves. They need to pop out and hunt down more of these kills. As Elgig, they're still not done. With only 2 players left, they are in the top 5, and they are doing more and more damage.
Man, we just seen YMCA go down and out. ELGIG, they're on 8 kills already. I think 8 or 9 kills. We also haven't talked too much about Jokers. They stayed fairly quiet. They lost somebody early on that was set. But you still have the Boom, Moon, and the Tab on the east side of the circle. 2 members are inside it. PG18 are going to be alert, but they have to focus on the members of ELGIGANTEN who are overlooking them.
Marcelek trying to drop some good smoke placement down. Slight gap in it, though, which is less than ideal. That nade, so much damage done to Marcelek. Another one could finish him off, but it's not going to reach this time around. The Wanderer trying to keep ELGIG at bay, trying to make sure they can't get close enough. ghostar being tagged up there as well. They're throwing down as many smokes as possible, but is it going to be enough? Because PG18, they are ready, they are waiting, and they are looking for these players to come through.
Not only do they have the better of ELGIGANTEN for now with their position, but they've also had a nice, juicy crate drop right in their compound, which will give them a nice bit of level 3 kit for them to kind of hold on to so they can keep the grasp of this circle at their advantage. But they've got to be aware Jokers are around their direction. You have 3D Max and Milky Way still going at each other. YMCA were taken down earlier on. 5 teams, 13 players up.
Plenty of nades being used here by the ELGIGANTEN players, but they are still struggling to find themselves good enough cover. Now they're taking additional shots from the Milky Way team, who are up on the mountain. ELGIGANTEN go down, they allow themselves to die out from it, and sometimes that's just the better way to go.
It was definitely tough for them. They did such good work with the utility that they had to get as close to the edge of the circle as they could, but the further south they went, the further pressure they were put under by both PG18 and Milky Way and 3D Max. But now with this circle shift, it's gone away from the compound that PG18 held onto. It's gone in the favor of 3D Max and Milky Way, but both those teams so close together, they can't really take control of this circle because they're focused on each other for now.
They have the high ground to work from as well, but Man's out in the open, gets picked apart easily by the Jokers. That'll be a 3rd kill secured for them if they can finish him off. Offstring, no chance of him saving the day.
Perfect.
The tab comes in, manages to make it happen. Now it's Solar and Noki who haven't been spotted out yet. So if Offstring goes down, then maybe Jokers get overconfident, think they can continue to push on this and end up walking too close to him.
True.
PG18 is still the biggest threat, though, with 4 alive.
Definitely. Like Jokers, they haven't got a chicken dinner yet. Could this be their first chicken dinner in the final stages of Phase 3? Could this be the moment where they start their push to secure a place in the top 12 of Contenders Phase 3? Milky Way are down and out, leaving just 3 teams up. You got 3-man stronger Jokers. You got 4-man PG18. Push it on to the 2-man team of 3D Max.
I like this from PG18. Leave D's ready. Everyone else is working their way up to try and take on these 3D Max players. The Wanderer lands a meaty headshot, and only Noki remains.
But you got 2-man Jokers overlooking.
This is Deez's spot.
Oh, no!
This is brilliant. This is exactly what we wanted. Deez is the man with the level 3 gear as well, and he's just going on the hunt. He's doing all the damage here, and they never expected him to be this close. They saw where the rest of the teammates went, and Deez is just delivering over and over again. This man is saying that it is his time to make it work. Only the tab remains. The Wanderer will finish off Moon. Noki's just been spotted out by Ubica. Easily dealt with. 3D Max out in 3rd place, and now Jokers don't stand a chance.
Look how dominant PG18 look when they have the circle all to themselves. Yes, you can say Jokers were kind of caught napping, especially as that 2-man team. You can't deny what these did as an individual player. Catching out the Boom, catching out Moon, who are normally more on top of their game, but the tab just left standing, trying to heal himself up. These is going to spot him out. The shots come through, and PG18 take that game.
That position we just had there was absolutely perfect. 3 players working their way around the eastern side, right? Looking to push up on it. Everyone from Jokers went and looked. Okay, cool, they're there.
Yeah.
And they never expected these. He's sat there behind the rock, but he's also the man with the level 3 gear. He's ready, stacked up. Yep. He can take those fights, and you saw the confidence. He was literally chasing down the Jokers players and putting the hurt on them.
Like... yeah, it was what it was for the Jokers. They still got to 3rd place overall. I think they got 4 kills in the end. 3 or 4 kills. So it wasn't the worst game in the world, but considering how they looked, they were 3-man team. They could have gotten the better of 3D Max, but PG18, you saw they just clouded both 3D Max and Jokers at the end. They held that compound for so long that in many of the circles up until the last couple of phases, and then they just rotate out so effectively. Great play by PG18, and at the end of the day, it's an example of why they hold on to the top of the leaderboard.
Now, two people that have impressed me the most in this, two teams, I will say, is ELGIGANTEN. You lost the player early on by the most horrible manner. You ran him over and then he got picked off by another team. But you still got 5th place with 8 kills. And then you have InsideGames who get an 8th place with 7 kills. This is just impressive overall fragging ability coming out from some of these players and in general the teams. But that ending there from PG18, that was the reason why they are currently the #1 team. And that is now how they will break the 300-point barrier.
Crazy, absolutely crazy. Now, Milky Way and Jokers, 2 teams fighting for a top 12 spot, having a good game. So that's definitely going to make the likes of Northern Lights sweat a bit more, as well as Last Crew, Tempest, even Better Luck Next Time, and of course, Team Moops.
As you drop your pen. I hope they heard that on the mic.
That was a mic drop.
That was perfect.
Man.
Yeah,
that was a mic drop.
I've got mic drop, and then Cormac raises the pen drop. No, there was some moments in there that was just really strong from all sides. I remember looking at 3D Max, and they were looking good, but they only got 3rd place with 1 kill in the end. They spent a lot of time rotating. That was their problem. Not enough time actually fighting. And then when they did finally get to fight, they'd already had players taken away from them. ELGIGANTEN, obviously, we spoke about them. They did so strong once again. YMCA have been incredibly consistent today overall, right? So let's look back at them. They were in a 6th place with 4 kills in this game, a 7th place with 2 kills on the previous game. Then they were 7th place again on the second game. And then, so they only had 1 bad game today that wasn't in the top 8, and that was a 12th place on the opening Miramar, the opening Oranga game.
Definitely much better stuff coming out from YMCA. But the result of this game shines through 3 games getting 0 points. Last Crew, Team Moops, and Quick Math. And after winning that previous game, Quick Math getting 0 points is definitely going to hurt the impact that they had.
Yeah, classic Quick Math, really. That's just what I'm saying, because we speak about them so much, looked really hype. What a great game, 22-point game before for them, and then straight to 0. Why not? But there you go, ELGIGANTEN actually walking away with a 2nd place overall because of their high kills with only 3 players. Just solid stuff from them when they need this so badly. They're trying to climb their way back into this top 8, and this might be enough to do it.
Definitely indeed. It's definitely getting a lot closer. But looking at the damage, example 714, Odstrelovac from InsideGames getting 568 with Marcelek of ELGIG down in 3rd with 539.
Damage. And there was a good spread on kills across the board, really, if we look at it. It's like Jokers ended up with only 3 kills, but Milky Way had 6, ELGIG 8, 4 on YMCA, 6 on Tornado, 7 on InsideGames across that game.
Yeah, and it's funny because the 2 teams you highlighted, as well as the winners of that game, PG18, all holding on the top 3 of the damage and the leader and the kill feed, so it speaks for itself. We look at the head-to-head, 1,700 damage with 9 kills for PG18. 1,200 damage and 8 kills for ELGIG. So close for both of those teams in the conversion rate. And ELGIG, as you said, with just 2 members up towards the end, getting all those kills, very well played by ELGIG.
I honestly thought as well at the beginning of that game that it was just game over for ELGIG. I was like, cool, you've lost a player early on. Marcelek was all the way over towards the west, farther away than anyone else from his teammates. And I'm like, cool, your game's done. And you still walk away with that. Impressive stuff, lads, but only 1 more game to come. It's Sanok for our final game of the day. And then there's only 5 games after this one in total left of this phase. You don't want to miss this action. You want to see how it's going to go down. And I want to see those standings after this break.